Hi, okay, so today I'm going to be showing you how to play Rose by Tsuchiya, but before we get into it, I just want to tell you that this whole tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how I play the song, and I don't know if it's accurate to how the actual guitar players play it, but whenever I play along, it sounds pretty similar, so yeah, just a disclaimer. Alright, let's start with the intro. Sounds like this. Now the first chord is you're going to want to put your first finger on the second fret of the G string and your third finger on the third fret of the B string. And then you're going to want to use your thumb to mute the first three strings. And it should sound like this. The second chord is going to be exactly the same, but you're going to want to put your second finger on the third fret of the G string. The third chord is also exactly the same, but you're going to want to take away your second and third finger resting on the G string there. So it's going to result in an open G string. So slowly it's going to sound like this. That intro repeats a couple times until it goes to the verse, which sounds like that. First chord, put your second finger on the second fret of the G string and the third finger on the third fret of the B string. Again, use your thumb to mute the first three strings. And then let your thumb stay that way, and by that way I mean let it continue to cover the first three strings. Meanwhile, your second finger and third finger, they're gonna go into the 5th fret, so. And the third chord is gonna be exactly the same as this, but move it to the 3rd fret. And then you're going to want to put either your first finger, your second finger, or whatever, onto the 3rd fret of the A string, and then slide it to the 15th. And then you're going to want to put your first finger on the 13th fret of the lower E string, your third finger on the 15th fret of the D string, and then use your second finger to mute. Just let it rest over there in the middle. So. And this middle finger is gonna mute all the other strings. That's why that's why I said to rest it in the middle. Don't press it, but just let it rest right there. Second chord is gonna be exactly the same, but move it down like that. So it's gonna be on the 12th fret E string and 14th fret of the D string. And then put your first finger on the 15th fret of the A string, and your third finger on the 17th fret of the G string. So that's gonna sound like, let's start. So we're gonna go to the chorus now, which consists of octave chords, octave slides. I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but it definitely has octave in it. So put your first finger on the 5th fret of the A string, and then your 4th finger, your pinky, on the 7th fret of the B string. Wait, sorry. 7th fret of the G string. And then for your 2nd and 3rd finger, let them rest on top of the other strings. Don't push it, just let it rest. Let it lay over there to mute all the other strings. That's the first chord. And then the second chord is exactly the same, but you're going to want to move it to the 7th fret. And then 8th fret, and then 10th fret, so slowly. And then the next part sounds like this. Again, starting with the octave thingy on the 5th fret, and then 7th, then 8th, and then 4th, and then 7th, 8th, 10th, so. And then a melody comes in, which sounds like this. Which is 5th fret of the A string. Play that 3 times. And then 3rd fret of the D string. And then 3rd fret of the A string. And then 1st fret of the A string. So. And then open A string, and then you're gonna want to go to the 1st fret, lower A string, 3rd fret, 4th fret, and then open E string. So. And after that, it goes back to the verse. And exactly 2 minutes and 26 seconds into the song, it goes back to the intro, which is, in case you've forgotten, and then it goes, in the background you'll hear something like, which is you're gonna want to put your first finger on the this is the 15th fret of the G string, and another on the 16th fret of the B string. So and then you're gonna want to move that second finger and place it onto the 15th fret of the B string. So sorry. And if you can, put in a lot of vibrato into those two little chords there. And then from there it goes back to the chorus. And then the melody is an alternative version of the melody that I showed you a few minutes ago, which is now nearing to the end. It's not going to sound like that, but instead like this. Which is 5th fret of the G string. Play that 3 times. And then on 10th fret B string, 9th fret, 8th fret, and then 6th fret of the B string, and then 8th fret of the B string. So and then the finishing chord, which this I think there's 2 ways you can play this one. Like that, or you can do it another way, which is put your first finger on the 5th fret of the A string, your second finger on the 5th fret of the B string, your third finger on the 7th fret of the D string, and your 4th finger on the 7th fret of the G string.